The controversy surrounding Jake Paul and his bout against Mike Tyson reached new heights when it was revealed that Paul was arrested by the International Boxing Association (IBA) for alleged match fixing in their much-publicized fight at Atant Stadium in Arlington, Texas. The 27-year-old YouTube star-turned-boxer has now found himself under intense scrutiny after the IBA launched a full-scale investigation into the fight. With many speculating about the legitimacy of the contest, questions regarding Paul's credibility as a fighter have only intensified. This development comes on the heels of a bizarre conversation between Paul and famous DJ Woo Kid, which occurred the day after the fight. Paul had won the 8-round contest by decision, a result that many fans and boxing insiders questioned given Tyson's age and condition. But was the fight as real as it appeared? The arrest for match fixing seems to suggest that things were not as straightforward as they seemed. DJ Woo Kid, who spoke candidly about the situation on TikTok, revealed shocking details about the fight, saying that Paul and Tyson were both under strict instructions not to go full throttle during the fight due to the dangerous potential of a real punch exchange. According to Woo Kid, both fighters were bound by certain rules to ensure that neither one got seriously hurt. They legally cannot go at each other hard because if Mike hits Jake Paul, like really hit him, he still has it. If Mike Tyson hit Jake Paul would die. If he went all in. If Jake Paul would hit Mike Tyson, I think because of Mike Tyson's age, he would kill Mike Tyson. So the rules were that they've got to chill, the DJ said. These startling remarks raised eyebrows across the boxing world, as many wondered if the fight had been scripted to ensure that Paul came out on top, without Tyson landing a decisive blow. The arrest of Jake Paul by the IBA further corroborates these suspicions as match-fixing allegations point to a scenario where both fighters were potentially playing a role in delivering a predetermined outcome. The IBA's decision to arrest Jake Paul was a bombshell in the sports world, especially given that Paul has positioned himself as a legitimate boxer in the public eye. This move is seen by many as a direct challenge to the credibility of his boxing career. The arrest follows a series of statements made by Paul after the fight, where he openly discussed the nature of his bout with Tyson. The arrest has cast doubt on the legitimacy of not only the fight with Tyson, but also Paul's future in the sport. Before the fight, Paul had made it clear that he was ready to take on some of boxing's biggest names, including Tyson, and he had hyped up the bout as an opportunity to prove himself. Tyson, a former heavyweight champion and one of the most iconic fighters in history, agreed to the fight despite being 58 years old and having recently battled health issues. Tyson's decision to enter the ring after nearly 2 decades of retirement raised eyebrows, but his decision to go the full 8 rounds without truly dominating Paul has led many to believe that something more than just a typical boxing match was at play. Tyson had reportedly earned $20 million from the fight, while Paul made a staggering $40 million. However, Tyson's performance in the ring left a lot to be desired. Despite being in the gym and releasing videos showing his intense training sessions, Tyson appeared sluggish during the fight. His footwork was off, his timing was poor, and his ability to close the distance was non-existent. Critics quickly pointed out that Tyson, despite his legendary status, was simply too old to compete at the level required for a legitimate victory over a much younger opponent. However, Tyson's lackluster performance came as little surprise to those who knew about the difficulties he had endured leading up to the fight. Tyson himself tweeted after the event, "This is one of those situations when you lost but still won. I'm grateful for last night. No regrets to get in the ring one last time. I almost died in June. Had 8 blood transfusions. Lost half my blood and 25 pounds in hospital. And had to fight to get healthy to fight, so I won." These statements, while a testament to Tyson's will to fight, also served as a reminder of the extraordinary challenges he faced just to make it into the ring. Tyson's comments suggest that the fight, for him, was more about proving to himself and his family that he still had the heart of a fighter. His statement that he was grateful for the experience, regardless of the outcome, further raised questions about the real motivations behind the bout. Tyson's gratitude for simply surviving the fight was juxtaposed with Paul's brash confidence, suggesting that the two may not have been on the same page in terms of their approach to the event. As the dust settled from the fight, many fans began to question the authenticity of the contest. Key moments during the bout fueled these suspicions, especially the way Paul reacted to certain punches from Tyson. One particularly telling moment occurred when Tyson landed a solid right hand to Paul's chin, causing Paul to stumble backward. Instead of showing signs of pain or attempting to recover, Paul stuck his tongue out at Tyson, as if mocking the punch. To many viewers, this was a clear indication that Paul had signaled Tyson to ease up on him. Social media exploded with reactions to this moment, with some fans claiming that Paul had signaled Tyson to take it easy. "Jake Paul signaling for Mike to take it easy," one user wrote on Twitter. Another added, "Bro could have knocked TF out of Jake, but he held it back." These comments suggest that even if the fighters weren't explicitly told to throw the fight, there was an unspoken agreement to ensure that neither of them would be seriously hurt. Tyson's legendary power, even at his age, would have been enough to knock Paul out cold if he had thrown a fully committed punch. This incident, combined with the fact that Tyson looked nothing like his former self in the ring, led many to believe that the fight was manipulated in some way. Tyson's jab, which sent Paul stumbling backward, was another moment that had fans speculating about the fight's legitimacy. One Twitter user commented, "Mike landed this jab and then immediately thought of the 20M and held back." The suggestion here is that Tyson, after landing a solid punch, consciously decided to hold back and avoid following through on the attack, knowing that he had already secured his payout for the fight. Despite these observations, there were those who disagreed with the notion that Tyson was going easy on Paul. Some fans insisted that Paul was simply taunting Tyson with his tongue-out reaction, while others argued that Tyson was simply past his prime and incapable of delivering the kind of knockout power that he once possessed. He's literally signaling that the weak punch did not affect him. This is commonly known as a taunt, one person wrote. Nevertheless, the overwhelming reaction on social media suggested that something more was going on behind the scenes. Fans were quick to point out that Tyson, despite his legendary career, should have been able to finish Paul in a matter of minutes, even with his age and physical limitations. That he didn't was a major red flag for many observers, who now believe the fight was more about entertainment and financial gain than actual competition. The arrest of Jake Paul by the IBA is the latest twist in a story that has captivated the boxing world. The allegations of match fixing raise serious questions about the integrity of the sport, especially as Paul continues to build his career as a boxer. For many, Paul's arrest has confirmed the suspicions that have been swirling around the fight, with accusations of manipulation only growing stronger after the IBA's involvement. In response to these allegations, spokespeople for Paul's promotion company, Most Valuable Promotions, have denied any wrongdoing, stating that the fight was legitimate and that all actions taken during the contest were in accordance with the rules of boxing. However, the public perception of the fight has been irrevocably altered. What was once seen as a spectacle for the ages is now being viewed by many as a farce. As the IBA continues to investigate the situation, Paul's future in the sport is uncertain. The match-fixing allegations could have far-reaching consequences, not just for Paul, but for the broader world of boxing. If the claims are proven to be true, it could set a dangerous precedent for the sport, where the line between entertainment and genuine competition becomes increasingly blurred. For Tyson, the fight with Paul may very well have been his last. While he may have earned a significant paycheck, it's clear that the physical toll of the bout, combined with his recent health struggles, has taken a toll on his career. Tyson's statement about surviving the fight despite his age and health challenges shows that for him, the experience was more about personal redemption than a competitive victory. As the fallout from the fight continues to unfold, the question remains, was the Paul-Tyson fight truly a legitimate contest? Or was it all part of a carefully orchestrated plan designed to entertain the masses while lining the pockets of both fighters? The answers may not come quickly, but they will certainly shape the future of boxing for years to come. What do you think? Let us know in the comments below.